Most of us know Jack London as the legendary American author behind masterpieces like The Call of the Wild, but very few realize that he possessed another stunning talent. He was a dedicated documentary photographer, a man who used his lens to capture the gritty truth of the human condition. In the summer of 1902, London traveled to the heart of the British Empire, not to see the glitz and glamour of the West End, but to descend into the darkness of the East End. He didn't just want to write about poverty, he wanted to photograph it, to make the world see what it had chosen to ignore. To capture the authentic reality of these streets, Jack London did something extreme. He stripped off his expensive American suit and disguised himself as a stranded sailor, a man with no money and no future. He lived among the people of the abyss for months, experiencing the bitter reality of the slums firsthand. He walked through the shadows of Whitechapel, Spitalfields, and the docks, carrying a hidden camera. The scenes he captured were not staged. They were raw, they were honest, and they were devastating. When we look at the imagery from this era, we see more than just old photos. We see a world of damp alleys and crumbling walls. London was on a mission to expose the black hole of capitalism. He saw a working class being crushed by the gears of industrial progress. In many of these scenes, you can see the desperation in the eyes of the people. Whether it was women fighting for survival on a rooftop or families huddled in the cold, every frame tells a story of a society in total decay. In this part of London, life was cheap and hope was a luxury that few could afford. The men in these photographs, they aren't just resting, they are exhausted beyond measure. London described the very air of the East End as a poison, something that drained the life out of everyone who breathed it. Many were forced into workhouses, places of absolute humiliation. He witnessed men perform back-breaking labor like picking oakum just for a bowl of watery soup and a hard bed. The elderly, the sick, the disabled, they were all discarded by the industrial machine. For them, the only choice left was to die in a cellar or starve on the pavement. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of London's work was his focus on the children. He saw an entire generation born into the abyss. He called them a new species of urban poverty, children who were stunted, weak, and narrow-chested. They grew up in filth, without sunlight, without future. These children were defeated by the world before they even had a chance to live. They were the silent victims of a system that valued profit over human life. The statistics from this period are staggering. Nearly 1/3 of the population in the East End lived in extreme poverty. Think about the daily struggle. 25 houses sharing a single outdoor toilet and a single water tap. Disease, hunger, and the cruel London winter were constant threats. 1 in 5 children died before their first birthday. While the city eventually built public baths to combat the filth, for many of the people in these photos, it was too little and far too late. Jack London's documentary work remains one of the most powerful indictments of social inequality ever created. These images are not just historical records, they are witnesses. They force us to look at the real London of 1902, the parts that the history books often try to forget. Through his lens, we remember the faces of those who had no voice. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the abyss at Vintage Shots. If you value these untold stories from our past, please like, share, and subscribe. Help us keep these memories alive. I'm your host, and I will see you in the next frame.